Now, we talked about changes coming our way and big changes at that. There's the cold air that will bring the snow into the higher elevations of Montana, and that cold air will be plunging southeastward, and it will be barreling into our neck of the woods as we get to the weekend. Anytime you have this smoke or this haze, it oftentimes makes for absolutely gorgeous sunsets as the sunlight is effectively scattered by those smoke particles as the sun goes down, and that makes for those vibrant orange or red sunsets here. Sure, it's warm, but the humidity absolutely not a factor whatsoever. But it is extremely muggy as those dew points, as we've been warning all along, those dew points have been climbing, and now we find ourselves well into the oppressive category on our muggy meter and inching closer and closer to the unbearable category. We're going to likely get there at some point in time. So our river concerns, which are already aplenty, may actually get a little bit worse before they get better, even though we're not expecting a ton in the way of rainfall. Moderate flooding in Rockton and McChesney Park. We'll see another rise of 5-6 inches there. And then as you talk about the Pecatonica River, at least we're getting closer to that crest.
You know, the last 2 days, the window on my car has been frozen shut.
Yeah, well, why would you even be trying to open it? I mean,
when I get my coffee.
When you're in drive-through.
Exactly.
Yeah,
be civilized.
because God forbid we actually walk in to get it. Live pictures right now for the Pepsi I-90 cam where things are quiet. Oh, that's a first world problem if I've ever heard of one. Our main impact from this storm is going to come after the precipitation moves out, and it will be in the form of gusty winds, extremely gusty winds at that. A high wind watch, which was in effect, has been upgraded to a high wind warning. We only get 1 or 2 of these a year at most, so this is very, very uncommon. To the north and southern Wisconsin, it's a wind advisory. The wind may be slightly less gusty there, but still, we're talking about travel impacts, especially on north-south roadways. Could be some power outage concerns and some tree and limb damage. That is certainly something to be on the lookout for. Winds will be sustained at 15 to 25 tonight. There you see as we go through the daytime hours, nearing 50 degrees by 50 miles per hour by midday. And who doesn't love a rainy night? Oh, right on cue, huh? It was released in November of which of the following years?
You
Go ahead.
I'll go C.
I should have an advantage because I was alive for this. B.
B?
How in the world did Shannon Kelly get this one right? It was C, 1980.
This is the first time I've heard this song.
Actually, the second because you played it during the commercial
That's true.
break.
Yes.
But the first day.
It's catchy though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
We had to stop it, I think, due to like copyright laws, right? Just in time.
I think we're in the clear.
seconds, right?
True.
A loud and thunderous exclamation point being put on 4th of July 2019. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mark Henderson, live in downtown Rockford as the fireworks continue. Will Mother Nature have any fireworks of her own in store for us on Friday? I've got a live look at your forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Now, air travel and ground travel will be impacted first by the winter storm tomorrow, then by the wind on Wednesday, and that unfortunately coincides with O'Hare on Wednesday. That could be horrible. We get a nice break on Thursday and Friday before another storm system approaches on Saturday. 50 on Sunday is not out of the question.
Wow.
It's not likely, but it's not out of the question.
That would be nice.
No matter what.
So you're saying it's probable?
I'm saying it's not likely. I'm saying it's possible. It would kind of be a best case scenario. But hey, 47 in December for the second Sunday of December. That's really not that bad.
That's really good.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
So are 50s.
So are 50s.
All right.
Get this. Today alone, up until this point in time, over 150 coats have been donated. That is awesome, especially given how crummy the weather has been. From there, we're going to be talking about the wind becoming the big story. But if you're having some travel plans up to the north and to the west, where we saw those watches, warnings, and advisories, anywhere you see highlighted in purple, we're talking about 6 or more inches of snow. So if your travel plans take you to Marquette, Michigan, Rhinelander, Wisconsin, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and then back down towards Sioux City, Iowa, into northeastern Nebraska, that's where you're going to have some major travel troubles.
So I feel like we've been pretty mellow weather-wise lately.
It's been a very
not
nice,
complaining.
yeah, and very nice last couple of days. You know, when we talk about an exercise routine, that's today could have been one of those days where you could have taken the exercise outdoors, thanks to the fact that we had very mild temperatures that reached into the 40s. This is a live look at our WIFR's Hybrids River Cam. The clouds are back following that brief period of sunshine. That sun was enough to bring our temperatures back up into the 40s. Can you believe it? 9 of the first 13 days of the month have produced temperatures in the 40s here in the city of Rockford. 11 of the first 13 days have seen above normal temperatures. Tomorrow we'll have another above normal day before we go to a brief chill that will take us into the latter portion of the weekend and to kick off the upcoming work week. Along with that, a storm system that we've been watching for some time, and we're starting to get some clearer indications of exactly how that will unfold. More on that in just a moment. First, the current state of affairs. We sit at 36 degrees right now here in Rockford, slightly cooler off to the west in Galena, where it's 31 degrees. There's a cold front knocking on our doorstep from the north and west that will shift the winds to the north and west, a process which is already slightly underway. The good news is the winds are not all that gusty at this point in time, nor will they be here the rest of the evening. Tomorrow, though, those breezes will be a bit more of a factor, and so we'll see a precipitous drop in our wind chills from the present levels in the 30s down into the 20s and teens as we go in through our Saturday. Max Storm Tracker presented by Henderson Nissan. There's the cold front, and with that some snowfall working into western portions of Wisconsin, falling apart though as it continues eastward. There could be a couple flurries touched off here locally. Also look into the central portions of Iowa. Some of those pink reflectivity echoes, those are indicative of some freezing drizzle. Yes, temperatures there are falling. Now aloft our temperatures are still above freezing, but here at ground level they'll fall below freezing. So that drizzle as it works down to ground level may freeze on contact. Now it's not going to be particularly heavy, but as we've seen in past experiences, all it takes is just a very light glaze to make things a little bit on the slick side. Now our hour-by-hour timecast does not hint at any sort of significant precipitation, so we're going to keep the chances very, very low. We will keep cloudiness around, and that spotty freezing drizzle may take us through about 7, 8, maybe 9 o'clock tomorrow before some drier air sweeps in on those increasingly gusty northwesterly winds. It will be a rather cloudy day and a much cooler day tomorrow. Our high temperature will likely occur early in the day. Those temperatures will be falling significantly as we go through time. Fast forward now to the Sunday night Monday system. This is the one we've been watching here for days. There have been 3 schools of thought regarding this system. There have been 3 completely different tracks, and with those 3 completely different tracks, 3 completely different outcomes that we would see here in the state line. Track number 1 has been the farthest north, which would mean the most snow, but that is almost certainly now not going to happen. We are becoming increasingly confident that we can rule this one out. Also unlikely to happen, but still possible, the farthest southerly track, which would mean no snow at all. This is increasingly unlikely. What's much more likely is that we're going to find ourselves somewhere in the middle, which would mean some snow here, not a lot. That is the most likely scenario. So here are the takeaways, because we still have a couple days ahead of us. What we still know, a storm is likely Sunday night into Monday. It would come as snow. No mix of freezing rain, no rain. It would be all snow. Best chances of snow will be to the south. Well, we still don't know yet the exact storm track, the strength, the snowfall amounts, and the precise timing. The picture will become much more clear tomorrow, but right now there is very little to no cause for concern with regard to that system. We head down to 27 tonight. Notice tomorrow our high temperatures will occur early in the day, but will fall considerably as we go through time. We'll stay in the low 30s as we go into Sunday and Monday, briefly cooler on Tuesday, and then another really nice warm-up gets going on Wednesday. We may flirt with 50 on Thursday, and we'll stay in the 40s on Friday, and even warmer temperatures may come our way as we get into next weekend.
Wow,
nothing
good news.
December-like about that forecast at all.
I'm not complaining.
Neither am I.
All right, thanks, Mark.